Hello. And how are hold on. And how are we doing? Everybody shimmy on in. That was one of the many new theme songs we have coming. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's talk about Beverly Hills. I watched the little filler episode. That was cute. It was cute. It was a good setup. I'm waiting. Honestly, I guess we're going to end it with the cast trip because that was, what are we on? Episode 14 now? 13, 14, something. But I was thinking we really have to shout out Garcelle. Oh, yes. Broke but Bougie is here. All right.
There's my friend.
All right, honey. The aunties together.
The senoras.
Yes, the senoras, honey. The senoras.
Yo,
I love it. Oh,
the pandemic princesses.
So I was just about to say, we really have to give Garcelle a shout out for having the hard, uncomfortable Black people conversation. So now Boz can come on and not have any of that. Like, I definitely feel like because of Garcelle, because like it was a little awkward with Kyle, it was a little awkward with Dorit. I will say though, I will give this cast credit. They were able to get through their white woman fragility and get to the real relationship. It was a little awky boo, but we had the uncomfortable conversation. We got through it. And without Garcelle having that break in, I don't think we could have done it with these two Black women. I don't think it would be the same. I think we have to give Garcelle credit. She made it easier for Boz to slide on in with pure plot line.
Valid point, but I will say this. The difference between Boz and Garcelle came in because she made me mad when she first came in. Garcelle is an immigrant that came over here as a child. So even when she entered into Housewives, I was sitting here like, Garcelle, you're that girl. We know you. You're a model and an actress. And, she was kind of trying to feel her way. And then she wanted to be, the times when she should have read somebody, she didn't read somebody. Where on the other hand, you got Boz, okay, who basically, I think she was born here because I'm not thinking she said her dad went to school or something. And she went through the corporate ranks. So she already knows how to deal with people, or as Elle like to say, clear people. So she's kind of like, I am here, hear me roar. I'm not changing. I'm not bending. But I will say, if you notice, they were a little more careful with Boz because, see, Boz has already been known. Because you remember when Kathy kept calling her boss? And people thought Kathy was being disrespectful. No, Kathy was playing a compliment because Kathy knows her from the business world and the things she has done. And I think I read that she's 6'4". So she's already like a commanding presence. But you're right, though, Alex. Garcelle did issue it in, but it was a little difference with Boz. You could tell they didn't want to mess up with her.
I would say maybe, you know what? I would say Boz may have more of a standing in the Hollywood circles because she has a little bit more money. It could, because LA is a money town where I could see that, where it's like, okay, you got a little actress money with that corporate money, child.
Yeah,
that corporate money, that's a little different money. That money, that money
Boz got plenty stock options. She was Netflix and Apple.
She got white money. She got white man money.
Yes. She She's doing well. Now, Garcelle, no shade, because Garcelle got more money than me. I was reading that Garcelle got $250,000 in her divorce and $5,000 a month in child support. Hey, Scott! Like that. Where Sutton, Sutton gets $300,000 in alimony after taxes and $50,000 in child support
a month.
And, yes, and the thing is, see, Sutton talk all that smack. The money stops if one of them dies or Sutton gets remarried.
Yep.
Do we think? Oh, hello, I have a question. Well, I think to the Garcelle Bose situation, I'm with Kempire, where I'm really like unhappy with the Bose Dorit alliance. It was too quick, and she's riding hard for the person that I kind of find the most annoying on the cast. However, I do love her. I think she's so dynamic and fun, and like I think she's a great first addition. I do have a question, because it's the one thing that stuck out to me the most during this episode. Do we really think Kathy, like, was it real or was that fake?
No, she was fake. See, Kathy ain't slick. See, at first it was like
didn't feel that way.
Now you're just doing stuff for attention. Now, here's an interesting fact that I noticed just because I look at different people on IG. Do y'all remember Jason Williams? He was the cute basketball player that accidentally murdered somebody back in the day.
With the pretty eyes.
Yeah. Jason Williams. See, he's from my home state of South Carolina. That pretty model in the front, that was his daughter.
Oh.
That pretty girl that first came out in front of Kathy, because I recognized her. I was like, wait a minute, that's his daughter. They have like a bad relationship, but I was like, she's a model. Because remember, her mama was Tanya Williams, that was on Basketball Wives. From way back. She only stayed like maybe half a season and left because they got to fighting.
Wait, was Tanya Ron Artest's wife?
Yes, she was not doing
Was that Ron Artest's wife? The one that beat up the other girl?
No. She was Jason Williams' wife. If he had
the one that had the short hair, the girl that had the short hair.
Well, Tanya, the first black
I think she had braids.
No,
she was like, I'm not doing this.
She was the one that walked around Kathy.
What?
She was the one that walked around Kathy. See, Tanya Williams' two daughters. Jason Williams is biracial, so that woman kind of took more after, I guess, his side of the family. And then she has another daughter that's beautiful chocolate sister like her. Because I was like, wait a minute. I said, that's her. Because they've done stuff before, and she talked like against her father, like he wasn't around and all this type of stuff. I recognized her. But
didn't he leave it? Did he leave her for one of the cast, one of the people from what is that dang on doctor show that's on it's oh gosh. With the other.
No, Jason Williams is the one that when all the athletes have issues, they get sent down the floor. He's like has a drug rehab center.
Wow. Because
it was something about Wendy Williams was supposed to go down there and she wouldn't do it back in the day. That's what he's into now. But I recognize that daughter. Cause
you know what? I'm thinking you're talking about that fine Jason Williams that had the had the affair on the set.
Oh no, not that one. But like we were saying, Kathy was faking.
Now hold on, I have an interesting epiphany. Tatiana said Garcelle is in a different position than Bose, so they have different experiences, and I can see that on the show and in Hollywood. Now, how is it that we found two interesting, dynamic Black women with stories to tell? We done found two of them real easy in Los Angeles, but they can't find shit in Atlanta. They can't find not a one in Potomac.
Without them being ratchet.
But you gotta remember,
they found two good ones that's not ratchet on this show.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, Alex, a lot of the women of that quality don't want to be on those iteration of Real Housewives. Oh, and I just had an epiphany too. I forgot. that girl, I see why she's in the show, because Tanya Williams and Sutton is friends. Sutton has had black friends for a very long
Yes,
time.
she has.
Yeah, I forgot. They're friends in like real life. But I think it's because, think about it, y'all. If you had to pick a Real Housewives show to be on, I would only want to be on
Beverly
Beverly.
Hills. I couldn't even say it no faster. Beverly Hills, ma'am.
Because think about it. You can't play poverty on Beverly Hills.
And with Beverly Hills,
Even
you also don't have to also have a cash trip
yeah,
with Beverly Hills. They kind of, their houses is kind of like glamorous to where it's almost like a cash trip in one of their houses. So I just love the dynamics that it's optional for them to go on cash trips.
true. But like I said, you would want to be on Beverly Hills. Everybody has money. Even Erica, I guess her version of being poor. Shoot, she's a multi-millionaire compared to regular Robin.
I would want to be on Beverly Hills for the access because Kathy is so connected in the entertainment industry, and several of them are. Hell, I'd be friends with Crystal for that reason.
And I want to go, and I just want to go have, me and Alex want to go to Kathy's house. We want to play in her stuff. We want to have tea, and we just want to know stuff.
Yeah.
I want one of those caviar baked potatoes.
Yep.
I've had one. Yes, I'm going to humble brag, courtesy of my job, because of our work, and we have events. And we had an event, and we had leftover high quality caviar where the man flew in with a suitcase and did a presentation. We had leftovers. I hate to say this, y'all. I ate caviar every day for a month.
Now let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So where do you work at? And are they hiring? Is it DEI? Can I get in it some type of way to get a doggy bag?
Well, see, that's the thing. See, we have events because I still work in the luxury industry, so they have budgets for certain events. They're going to have the caviar. They did a thing where they made homemade potato chips and had the creme fraiche and a dollop of caviar. Then they had like the potatoes. I ran out. I put it to you this way. That was a smooth $300-400 that I did not have to worry about, because I tell people there are different levels to caviar. The little stuff we get on sushi, that don't even count. That's raw. It is fabulous. And you get your creme fraiche. And I ran out of potatoes, so a sister went to Wendy's drive-thru and got 3 plain baked potatoes.
You got the Jennifer Tilly caviar.
Yes. That's super high quality. They sit there and you can tell the difference in it. But it's better if you do your own baked potato and just order you some caviar. Just because these places will ship you the good stuff. Because see, all that restaurant, because I used to work in a restaurant too back in the day, it's a whole bunch of markup. Now I used to have a client, and I went to her house where she had like a little get together, and she had the tin of caviar. Because she said it was cheaper for her to go and just get the tin. I think she paid like $400 for it. It was a nice tin, and then dolloped out to everybody. But I love caviar. It's cool.
Yeah, you can get it. They have it at home, but like if you go to like either a specialty market or even Whole Foods, Whole Foods will have like a decent range from $10 to your 50 to your 100. Sometimes they'll even have 100 plus. But yeah, I would say get it from the supermarket, so you're not paying the markup. You're just paying for the caviar.
Yeah, because it's different levels, and if you order some, like I say, you can get some for like $70-80. It's just a thing where you have to have either a mother of pearl spoon or a plastic spoon. You can't have a metal spoon.
Oh my God. Oh, you know what I'm going to try? Speaking of Meredith Marks, I am going to try that Heffa's. She's got a starter kit where it's a caviar flight. You get 3 different ones.
That's right. That's right.
I
That's
don't look
much
at
better
Salt Lake
than
City anymore, but okay.
When I have $100 to waste, I'm gonna waste it. But
Look, see if they take Afterpay. You can pay it off every 2 weeks.
I'm
See if they take Klarna.
that because here's the thing, I get paid monthly, and that paying for, I'm like, that don't help me.
Baby, let me
And
tell you
honestly,
something.
unless you're lowering the price, fuck you. That's how I feel. I'm all these new ways to get your
Let me tell you something, Alex.
trying to trick
Afterpay,
me into
Affirm, and
popping.
Klarna used to have me in the clutches. It's cool because you can budget it out. You're not paying interest. You don't have to put anything in your credit card. It is so many places that take that now. I am very surprised. You can probably do it. Because with this
Oh
economy,
no, I can. I don't want to, because
you
then
don't wanna get
you
caught.
nickel and dime yourself.
And you can pay it off
Either
early.
lower the price, or I'm sick of these companies always everything just going up. Get out my pocket. Get out my pocket. That's what I got. I have to get out my pocket. But no, when I have an extra $100 to waste, I will waste it on her caviar. I have a question. We're gonna play housewife or con artist. As in who's been earning their check and who's conning Bravo out of their coin.
Okay.
First up, Kyle. Housewife or con artist?
One of y'all go first.
I'm sorry, I was making my daughter's plate. What was the question?
Kyle, is she a housewife earning her check, or is she conning Bravo out of her check?
Uh, can two be right at the same time?
If that's how you feel.
That's the way
If
I
that's how
feel.
you feel.
I think this season, because I feel like she's using the Mauricio thing as a cover up. Because we had mentioned this earlier that she was living her own life and lesbianics, and it wasn't what Mauricio was doing now. And so now that Kathy is mentioning something to it about right now, I feel like she hasn't really earned this season. I liked her at Sutton's mom house, but I don't think she's earned this season to me.
Okay,
I
that's fair. If that's how you feel. That's how you feel. That's what we want to know.
I think that she's been she's been skating for a while. She's had pretty easy. I mean, she did obviously look quite upset about the fight with Kathy at the reunion, So, and in earlier seasons, we've seen very raw interactions with her and Kim. She's definitely at times delivered, but I think that for a while she skated, and I definitely think this season has been tough.
Yeah, I agree with both y'all. I think, especially Sky, I think it's a 50-50. I used to look at Beverly Hills, then I stopped. Then I got back on when Garcelle came on. But I am noticing production apparently is tired of her ish because they're starting to show, previous episodes of her contradicting herself. But I'm gonna tell you right now, she about to get it because when she was sitting there talking about, oh, Mauricio used to put these pieces of paper in front of me and I would just sign them, and I'm sitting here going, you about to get a surprise. Now I believe she's gonna get her money in this divorce, but I think she thought that she was gonna do this and Mauricio was gonna be like, yeah, whatever, let's get back together. And he basically said, oh, F around and you're gonna find out, because she's making all these excuses for him. And I have this weird feeling because he's now getting sued, this impending divorce is not going to be as clean as Sutton, because I think she done signed something that's done put her at a disadvantage.
And she did, because he was on a lawsuit. I mentioned this with Alex in another show that he did, that he's Mauricio and Portia's husband Simon is in a real estate deal with that multi-billion-dollar house that they can't get out of up there in Beverly Hills. They are in a lawsuit behind that house. A
Wow.
big one too.
I think they settled that one.
Oh really? It's finally
He
done?
Yes, but he does have another lawsuit coming up. So, I mean, I'm not trying to disprove your point. I just think that that one might have gotten settled. But you know what else I don't appreciate from Kyle is the gay baiting. That's the part that
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
don't, I
Yes,
don't appreciate that.
yes.
I'm like, no, because like you got you enjoyed all the paparazzi attention. Y'all played games calling who did this, that, whatever, and you absolutely let us wonder about you and Morgan, and then gave us a nothing burger.
Yeah, deflection from this impending divorce. Because
You
see,
did.
this is the thing I've learned when she was signing those papers. Men plan to leave your ass sometime years in advance, and they don't want to part with their money. So they're going to set it up. They're going to play the game, set it up, and when they drop the bomb, you're sitting there shocked. Mauricio being checked out because and I think, okay, if she had some, okay, if she wanted to be, bisexual or play in the gay pond for a while, fine. But see, she was kind of playing with it, I think, to try to get Mauricio's attention. And he didn't care. Well, what she doesn't know is a lot of men get turned on if you do get with another woman. So I don't even get what she was trying to do.
I was just gonna say that.
I don't think. Well, clearly we're seeing that is not Mauricio. That doesn't. From what I'm getting, I
He wasn't into neck tattoos.
he wasn't into her with Morgan. I think they've had like a somewhat, agreement for years where it's don't embarrass me.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, don't embarrass me. And I think that he kept up his end of the bargain. Like whatever's gone on, no woman has ever, and that means he picked the right heifers. No woman has ever, we've never heard anything. Now they may have said they heard, but that means you're in town where you actually can see somebody, and you always can say you saw somebody across town or whatever. But the internet, there's no real rumors. There's no, oh, there was this scandal, there was that scandal, there was this woman, there was this confirmed. Never anything stronger than maybe possibly rumor. So whoever it is keeping her mouth shut. I think that when Kyle came out and did this hard lesbian launch, he was like, no.
I'll get off on this ride. Not my ride. I also believe that I think this is one sided to Kyle's benefit because it doesn't. We've shown and just stipulated like all of the things that would make us not be turned on to the gimmicks that Kyle is doing. Kyle is playing with the playing in the gay rumors and things like that, and then playing in her marriage. But he also keep getting the bad rap of it all, and he didn't do anything.
See, I think he did. I think she got proof that he actually did cheat, which is why she just said, I tried to get back, but it just was gone. I think
But it was
he
in
let her.
peace because we didn't know about it.
But I think she found out, and I think especially how he wasn't there for her during her friend's death. I think that something where it got to a point where she lost her sexual mojo for him, which came from the betrayal. And then
Mm.
I think, she's been commenting this season about how he didn't fight for her. He didn't so she basically said, I want to get divorced. And he's like, okay. Because now he's
But
like,
he
now I
got a
can.
sip of poison though. You can't hold him, at bay and not want to be, intimate with him because of the infidelity rumors or whatever the case may be. But then it's also bad if he actually checked out of the marriage as well because you're not giving him the attention that you're claiming that this is what he's going out there to go and get. You're not giving him the attention. And then when we see it, she's so whiny and clingy. It's like once the kids got out the house, I would be Mauricio too. Let me go get in Mika nose with the closest nose that ain't Kyle.
Yeah. But did you notice when Kyle kept trying to make those excuses about those pictures in Mykonos, the first thing I thought about, it's not that he's in Mykonos. He's with a woman that you thought he would never be with. But it seems like the only quality, because Mauricio likes a Dorit type. We've already seen that.
Oh,
he likes the
yeah.
young type. He likes
Dorit
the young hot type.
But that chick in Greece, I'm not saying she was ugly. She was plain, but she was young.
But he also was seen with those influencers in Aspen. I think Mauricio is enjoying being a wealthy, good-looking, older daddy type.
Wouldn't you think he's still nice looking too? Heck yeah.
Yeah. So that's where Kyle messed up, because like, if you pulled away and wanted him to run after you, like, I'm sorry, this is the brutal truth of it. He is a hot commodity on the whole, the whole nation rotation.
Because young women want a daddy type. Young men don't want a mommy type.
Yeah, correction.
Age as well.
Correction, Alex, not daddy, zaddy.
Yeah, and he's got some poppy to him, what I mean? Like,
he's giving
salt and pepper,
and he's
salt and pepper thing too.
Yeah. I mean, so
a permanent tan.
And so basically, you are but also Kyle. I'm gonna get real nasty when I say this, but not too nasty to not be invited to BravoCon. You were a fool. You were a Southwestern fool with mesquite barbecue sauce. Because you had what everybody wanted. And now you want to kick rocks because you didn't know what you had till it was gone.
True.
And you just had to go to Baltimore with the ratchet.
Baby, when you go Les, when you went full on Les, and not only full on Les, you immortalized your Les in a video.
You took it out of my
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You immortalized your Les. You went big Les.
Well, let me ask you
Alex, my niece told me to tell you on that part you just said when you said she went big leg. My niece said it told her she got that leg up.
Yep.
Allie, he did it for you. He put his leg up.
But Alex, chat. Let me ask you this question, because somebody just mentioned it in the chat. That psychic basically told her everything that was going to happen. Who is going to bring on Beverly Hills? Who is going to bring the psychic back?
She's
fund me to pay her. We need an update.
We got a psychic on here with us right now. Why you didn't tell us?
Because when she said you will never be emotionally fulfilled by that man, I was like, ooh.
Well, I mean, I love it, because I mean, that woman was a moment, and the fact that it actually was true is like effing amazing. She has gone. She's a friend of David Yontif, and she's gone on Behind the Velvet Rope to actually even talk about that. So just FYI, she has discussed the psychic. Her name just jumped.
Alison Dubois.
Thank you.
Dubois.
I'm just thinking of her with the vape cigarette and the martini.
With the red hair.
That was iconic.
Yeah, and her perspective of that evening is actually pretty funny. Like, David a lot of his stuff is annoying, but like, I do recommend, if you look up his interview with Alison Dubois, like, it's actually pretty funny to hear about how it went down. Like, she totally felt used by Camille, and just her perspective of it. It's funny.
Did she tell during that about her marriage? I can't remember.
What?
Did she say anything to Camille that night?
I do not remember. I just remember.
Really? Hold the fuck on. Where the fuck were you September 10th? Where was that bitch September 10th? I need to know right the fuck now. Where was your ass? September 9th, 8th, 7th? What the fuck were you doing?
I get why.
Get that African that predicted Candy's marriage on the line too.
Well,
Wow.
no, I remember. Why didn't she? Because Kelsey, why did she say anything about Kelsey cheating? I don't. You know what? I don't remember what she may have said to Camille about that one.
Yeah, because remember, that was the incident that now there's the theme. Remember, Camille's divorce set that off. If your husband encourages you to go on Real Housewives, you better get a lawyer because he's setting your ass up to get divorced.
Mhm.
Oh, I know, right? God,
Mhm.
remember that Aki Boo Emmys when they were
That
together?
was really
Woo!
cringy. That
Oh
was a very
man,
cringy part. Yeah.
that's Real Housewives right there.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a
that
moment.
died
You
on
know,
the.
And you know what was
yeah.
so bad about that reading that she gave Kyle is, like you said, the nastiness of it, that she delivered it to her. It was just nasty and so on point. But it was just like, why would you say something like that? And it's like, now we know now.
Because it was your
Never
husband
even
will
know
never
that anything
emotionally fulfill
small.
you.
And she was sitting there, have you seen my husband? What are you talking about? Girl,
But you
Yeah.
know what? I did you remember that she mentioned something about Dorit's husband? Cause, cause, cause
Dorit went
what's
on
her
the
name
show
kept saying
then.
something? No, she was cause you remember when she what's her name? We just mentioned her her friend what's Kelsey's wife?
Brandy?
Camille?
Camille. Remember Camille when she kept saying it's something about her I can't put my finger on, but it's something about her that it's I heard something about her and I don't know what it is. She kept saying it a while and then she said I put my finger on it. She said your husband borrowed money from a friend of mine. And she was saying how much
Oh,
in
that's
debt that they were
right.
back then.
But hold on. I also can't believe that the morally bankrupt Faye
Oh,
Resnick gets to come on television after completely exposing a dead woman's sexual exploits for a few shekels.
Mm.
Like everything else she's done, child, I ain't got no judgment on. But you told all of Nicole's business when she couldn't get up and defend herself. You are a cockroach of life.
But you got to
You are a true vulture picking off the bones of your dead friend. And you have the nerve, the gall, the gumption, and the American audacity to tell someone who is and isn't a lady, you are a piece of shit.
I 100% back you up, Alex, but you got to remember, we're getting to the point in our lives where the majority of the people that watch this show don't even know who Faye Resnick is.
Faye Resnick makes tramps look like upstanding women.
Okay.
Ooh,
didn't
okay.
she pose like a cop for Playboy?
Yes.
It's not
I
even
forgot about that.
but I'm not Kenya Moore. I'm not shaming her for that.
No,
It's the
the
book.
cop part. It's the cop part. That's a little tacky if we all think about the context.
It was the 90s. It was gonna
But
be. Oh God, you're right.
I know, Alex. Come on, there
It
we
didn't
go.
hit me.
Connect
Yeah,
the
you
nope.
saw it
Yeah,
hit me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Connect 4. All right.
Girl,
There we
you
go.
saw it's at the 20, the 30,
Yeah.
the 40.
Alex.
Well, Camille was spread it too. So she was in stuff too.
Well, no, but I mean, no, I'm not slut shaming, mention it all, Bethany legs in the face. I'm not slut shaming
Oh
any of
God.
that. I'm saying you shouldn't pose naked like a cop after you did a memoir exposing your murdered friend's
Yeah, child.
business, sexual
That
escapades
was sad.
after the man was found not guilty. It's just maybe you shouldn't wear an officer an homage to that in any way.
Faye is the
Wow.
thirstiest old lady in Beverly Hills.
I mean, she
Correct.
did set a precedent, didn't she? She's hung on real tight to the Kris Jenner. The reason when she
Adrian
said,
said
think
that
about it.
too. Adrian said that when her and Faith got into it, and she called her thirsty, dehydrated. Because they had an argument about something, and it was with Lisa about her and Lisa got into it too, and she got into it with Faith too. And I said, "What the heck are they talking about?" And I didn't even know about the story about her friend.
Well, remember they had Catherine, I think, on, who was Al. Help me, I almost said Al Roker, but it's not. The friend that was driving the Bronco when OJ was on the run.
Oh, that.
Al Collins.
Thank you, Al Cowling. Thank you. And so then she wanted to confront Faye for what Faye had written about her in the book. And then there was that whole, oh, don't even bring that up. Don't. I won't even respond to that. It's like, bitch, you wrote it. You should be willing to discuss it for eternity. If you're, and then I'm saying this, I'm a writer. I'm writing, right now. If you're going to write a memoir, be prepared to speak on it for the rest of your life.
I just now realized that you guys are talking about Nicole Simpson.
Yeah. I mean, if we think about it, Kathy Hilton, Kris Jenner. I mean, remember, Kris Jenner's ex-husband was defending and she was on one side of the court with Nicole Brown's family, and the Kardashian girls were on the other side supporting their father. So,
well, we're still trying to get a DNA on Chloe.
Chloe is theirs. I read a book. Well, I didn't buy it.
That's OJ's daughter.
Nah, nah. They were saying in the family that on the Kardashian side that one of the grandmothers or something, Chloe
had a mustache.
Shut up. Chloe has like the coloring or something like that.
Oh God! When you just slip them in there,
OJ said he's done a lot of stuff, but he would have slept with one of his friends' women.
Oh no, he talked about Kris Jenner. He said something real rude. He said she had to go to the hospital after a night in the hot tub with him. He absolutely lied or didn't on her name. I don't know. But back to Beverly Hills. The Beverly Hills royalty is so intermingled with all of the other cast of characters.
So how long do y'all think before Dorit's mansion is up? Before she officially gets kicked out and is up for sale?
I've heard they've been having financial issues with it, and it may be in pre-foreclosure as we speak.
I don't care. I know Kempire keeps thinking the whole thing is fake. I'm like, PK ain't playing around. When she
that
said
house gives me, as with my real estate agent eye, it gives me that house is a filming house. That house don't look lived in. When you're on shows like this, like the Kardashians, they don't live in them houses that we know about. And that's for safety.
Oh yeah, I get that.
So I think that we're definitely going to get a moving plot line. But I think that house is tied up in a whole bunch of bullshit and filming, and they don't really live there. So I think that house is on its way out and will be a storyline next season.
Did you live there? Because remember when she said PK was talking about you gonna take over the mortgage?
And look, remember when they were in her house and there was just shit everywhere? Like the literal clutter of a nightmare? That's definitely somebody who has a hoarding issue like Dorit, without a man there, living there, with the way everything was all spread out. Although I do think that
or they're using that as storage as they're moving things from where they really live.
Or unless maybe put things up for sale. Unless she
I don't think they have enough money. I do think that house is in some kind of foreclosure. I mean, the rumors about that have been rumbling for a couple of years, and I think part of the reason why she's over him is the chronic money issues, because he went bankrupt in Britain. He's not
about to go bankrupt here, and now
the way that
these girls want to get their retirement together. So now it's time to, find your new coup. Find the
Don't
coup.
end up like Erica. Don't end up like Erica.
Well, Erica wanted to be a Black Widow without having the strength to fight.
True.
If you're
They
gonna
have a
pull
good
that
story.
stunt, you gotta be ready to pull that stunt. You've got to be ready to off your gazer. But
And
instead,
she gets the
she
story
wanted to
straight.
wait until Mother Nature took care of it and did her dirty work.
Yeah.
And Mother Nature said, okay, I'm going to take from you the best years of your thighs and leave you with nothing.
Yeah. How did y'all like? I like
You
Erica's
know what?
new interior design, but something is telling me I don't think she really paid for it.
I don't
think
either.
that was
Oh, hell no.
pro, so the guy gets some free publicity. I mean,
Mhm.
it's nice, but see, the thing about Erica that kills me about her, girl, you could have done even better. Look at Garcelle. Garcelle doesn't live in Bel Air. Garcelle built a house. It's bigger than Erica's.
Erica doesn't live in Bel Air either. Erica lives in Hancock Park. Alex, I drove you through the neighborhood that Erica lives in.
Now here's the thing.
I mean, Hancock Park's still very nice, but
now who thinks Erica's actually paying for that home?
Not me. It's like
Yeah.
a production costume house.
It looks like a pool, like a guest house in someone's backyard.
Or it's a property that one of her wealthy dude friends own that she gets to live in.
Yeah. Or like somebody took a huge property and, cut it up. I've seen that.
Yep.
They do that up here in Chicago a lot. People will live.
Or one of the people who designed her clothing designers, one of those people. But I did want to go back to the PK about if we do think that if it's true with Dorit and PK. I absolutely think it is. I've never seen a white man get like Alex said, get sober and realize he needs to be sober to be with you. He had to be drunk the whole time, and it showed at that dinner that they went to, that very uncomfortable dinner. They sat down for 2.3 minutes, and he said, "Check." She didn't even order anything; like nothing came to the table. He was ready to go in 2.3 seconds. He was done.
Yeah, he's done. Because remember,
Erica's house is a pool house.
I think he does find her incredibly annoying. Like, he can't stand her. I think after the way she got even more like OCD about certain things after the robbery, the way that she leaned into her PTSD and has been even harder to deal with. I'm sure that, I mean, remember he brought a beer to the counseling session. So I think his substance abuse,
Wow.
I think you know you're not in a good spot when somebody but I definitely think, he got a DUI. I think his substance abuse definitely needed to be looked at, but the way she rang him out as a raging alcoholic, and that's why all their problems, and I like you said and Alex originally said, nah, bitch, you're just that annoying that you drove a man to drink and now he's developed an issue.
And Garcelle gave a good point too when she said that she was thinking that she thought that it's a possibility that PK has something to do with the break-in. And
always said that.
And I was saying that Dorit had turned really cold towards him because even Garcelle said that he wasn't there for her after the break-in, like she was over exaggerating and things like that, but he wasn't home when they broke in with her and the kids.
If I suspected someone did that, I would rip their throat out with my children home. Like I
think he set it up, but I don't think he realized that Dorit was gonna be this traumatized by, because he was getting annoyed.
It's very dial M for murder.
I have a very hard time believing that he literally ordered a break-in with Dorit, believing that her life was at stake with weapons and all of that with his two small children there. I just don't see PK orchestrating, unless you can show me some way that he was like completely unaware that his kids were there. I just don't see that man hiring
But
people to potentially do that to his children.
Well,
if you look at it
there,
now, she says he's not a
El,
good dad.
how many episodes of Dateline have we seen where people don't give a damn? And plus, he is English. The English people don't raise their goddamn kids. So,
Now that I have
Oh,
said that, and because he said, like, Dorit's not the girl I thought I was going to be with. And I like a lot of people were upset by that. And I'm like, no, that's a cultural thing. He seemed like either he grew up wanting to be upper class, where like they don't raise their, like you said, they don't raise their kids. I don't think he realized, oh, she's gonna want to raise these kids and not send them off to boarding school. And
Well,
then
now she wants them homeschooled. She doesn't even want to let them socialize, right? Because she's so terrified after the break-in that she wasn't even letting them go to school.
Elle, can you imagine sending your child off to boarding school at 6, like Carolyn Stansbury said on Dubois?
No.
See, that's that British thing. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I believe he loves his kids. He don't really know them. He was always there.
Yeah, I just don't think that he would do like that level, like where you like men breaking into your home, like that level of trauma to a child, their nervousness, all of that. Like I just don't think that
See,
was
the only reason I think I believe it is because of when it occurred. It was at night. The kids were asleep. They had Dorit, get her phone and put it outside. Why wouldn't you just take the phone? See,
it did seem like a fishy story. But there'll always be a cloud of doubt over that.
Sure.
However,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about our new addition, Bose. Are we all in love?
Yes.
I'm 50-50.
I love her.
I'm 50-50 because I've been knowing about her for years because she self-promotes herself a lot. I like her, but there's a slight little piece of inauthenticity that I see. And I noticed that in her corporate career when I was a corporate America. It was always this little bit of something. I can't put my finger on it. I think it's okay. How I'm gonna put this? It's something about her that's a little bit inauthentic, and I think she hides behind the big ass wigs and sometimes the ridiculous outfits because it's like, who is the real Bose? I do like her. I like her for the show. Mm-hmm. It's just something. I think I'm getting tired of these women who are so smart in business and dumb in relationships.
I can see
there
that.
There you go.
Love and Hip Hop. I will say there is, you know what it is? I feel like Bronwyn from Salt Lake City suffered this more. Bose isn't suffering it, but I think she's got that tinge of, I know the game a little too well and I'm coming off too likable, where it's like, okay, where's the truth? Like there's something, where's the human? There's something. I don't know what it is, but I know it's something. I know it's something, and I know it's coming. It's coming.
The reason why I say this, for the longest time, I don't want to say riding on it, but hey, she's in marketing. It was always about, my first baby died. I couldn't enjoy my second pregnancy. I've been hearing that for years. Then my husband all of a sudden, got diagnosed with a terminal disease and died a few months later. Now we find out in the past year, you and your husband was getting ready to get a divorce.
And when he didn't say that?
Yeah, and when he got sick, then you came back. But years passed, it was just like, you're married, everything's cool. He gets sick. And I've noticed with her little bits of the story gets missing. And see, I don't want her to end up like a Stacey. Now, if you just want to have a baby and you don't want to get married and you want to have a baby, say that. But this, I want to have a baby, but we haven't told each other we love each other yet. Then
That part.
marry him.
Oh, that
That part.
also you're 47, and you want it from scratch, baby, and you want to say you want to carry it now, girl.
Yeah,
And she hasn't.
Well, why do you want a baby by Dr. G?
say what?
Go have a baby with Dr. G. He wants one.
God.
Oh
God.
no! Oh,
Let me tell you something about Dr. G.
Put your leg up.
Dr. G does not want a baby. In the words of YouTuber Erica De Niro, Dr. G just wants DNA duplication. I think Keely just wants DNA duplication. Because this whole part of I want up to 3 kids, I ain't heard him say nothing about raising
them.
that part, the whole, we haven't said I love you yet, but we're going towards children. I mean, I feel bad for Bose, but it sounds like she had preeclampsia with both pregnancies. Her second child, she said, was born early as well. I'm really deeply concerned for her health. I think that personally I do think we're maybe going to find in her storyline that the fertility doctor tells her that I don't think that you should carry, you should probably get a surrogate. Like, they might be taking us on this whole journey for Bose's opening storyline.
Yep.
To have something to talk about, because she know a 47-year-old woman that's been in business like that, that's had some of the best health care in the world. You know exactly how many eggs are in your freezer, madam.
Exactly.
This is a storyline. This is a storyline. Keely don't want nobody kids. He done ended up 47 and nobody got pregnant. He can't produce fruit. Or, as I've said, from the streets of New York all the way out to Vegas. It doesn't matter if you're rich or semi-famous.
How old
because
is
you
he?
can't get someone pregnant in the anus.
He's 47.
But you know, I think
He's 47
and save that sperm.
of course we want to have a baby with Boz. She got money.
But you know what? I would say this. If that is what he wants to do, he's playing the game semi-smart and wrong at the same time. Because she seems, like you said, I love Bose, but it is, Kempire even said it is something there that make you be like, we can't think you this much of Kelly Bundy in the head when it comes to this circle of men. But to know that you are with someone and you're debating of having a child with someone, and you can't, y'all haven't formed the words "I love you," and you can't ask him if he loves you or anything like that. It's kind of impossible to want someone to rub your stomach and feel that he loves you.
This is there saying this shit for the show. It was a lie. It was a lie. It was all a lie. I will say at 42, I can say it. I'm tired of these old motherfuckers at fertility's last gasp acting like they want a fucking baby for a plot line. If you wanted it, you would have had it.
Well, let me tell you, I'm 46. You better have said I love you before I'm even going to let somebody look for the eggs. Before I'm even going to let them check. You need to do more.
And as much as eggs cost right now, I wouldn't even give you one at the store, let alone carry one.
But what gets me is that most men Keely's age, they're looking for younger women because it's going to be easier to get them pregnant and also mold them and control them.
Well,
but they ain't gonna have Bo's money most likely.
And that's the thing. He ain't looking for nobody's baby. He is 47 without children. And he is a man sleeping with women. That is by design. He didn't end up. You don't just end up not getting nobody knocked up. That was effort. He probably has had a whole vasectomy.
You want one?
They are lying. She is lying. She is using the uteral plot line to have an in on the show. You gotta have a business or a baby. You gotta have something to grow. Now she done retired from business, but believe you me, next season we're going to have the women's empowerment. She couldn't come on with the women's empowerment already because we done women.
Wait,
But
Keely got
this. We gonna have some brunches. She's gonna have a brunch.
Alex, she does that. She has a whole thing about younger women, but it's talk about getting them like into business in the corporate world. But when I look at Bob and her storyline, now y'all might remember this show. She reminds me of Naomi from Mama's Family. The dress, the hair, the trying to get pregnant by the guy. It's like a black version
you
of
called
Naomi.
her
not the yellow shoulder strap dresses. Mrs. Harper. Oh my God.
Naomi from Mama's Family.
Wait, you're saying both of
them got pregnant in the basement?
It reminds me that all that hair, the dresses off the shoulder, the dressing too much for the occasion. Naomi was trying to get pregnant by her husband. Boz trying to get pregnant by this guy. Look at Boz's them big ass wigs because she's got a company called Big Ass Hair or something like that. Naomi, Mama's Family.
She did wear the big hair in the off the shoulder dresses, and she was thirsty to get pregnant. I did not relate the two.
Thank you. Always wearing a dress that was a little too much for the occasion. She wore them high heel wedge heels all the time, everywhere. But she reminds me of that.
Wow.
Because I mean,
I'll also say that I question her judgment a little bit for immediately taking up as Dorit's guardian, because like that is not gonna be my person on that cast to immediately gravitate.
No, I think that was playing it smart, and I will say because you're new. You don't want necessarily all of the attention on you. You want to be able to kind of ease in. So her being Dorit's friend, Dorit has a lot of turmoil going on. She's like, Kyle is too Queen Bee. You find the Queen Bee's best friend, you become her friend, and that's how you become the new Queen Bee. And also got original storyline.
I like Dorit and Bose together, actually, and that is a smart team to team up with her because she was kind of like on the outs this time, and she is going through a lot. And like you said, like they said, Bose is a listener, and Dorit likes to talk, and so I think that they mush well. And I like the fact that it don't make it seem like Dorit was just going at Garcelle because of the color thing. It makes me feel. It makes it more to me legit that she really did like Garcelle. Really,
I believe they really do like each other. And I'm going to go there because I want to see what's going to happen. But when I looked at the optics, I said, "Why are these two black women being kept in safe for hope for these white women? I hope they get the favor returned to them if it comes to that." Because I was sitting here going, y'all caping a lot.
We've been doing this since the beginning of time.
I hope.
Now this is. I will say this is a show. This is a show of alliances, where you have to. If you don't have friends on this show, you're not on the show.
And Sutton pays for Garcelle to travel. Sutton picks up the tickets for the plane for the. Sutton treats. Yeah,
private.
Garcelle's friends with Sutton for that $300,000 a month.
They all get a see. The thing is, the two friends that's to the two people that they consider the talkies and so confrontational would be Dorit and Sutton. The two black women can maneuver them like it's nothing.
I was also going to say we have the two black women are at very different positions in their life. The two black women are self-made. They are single. The white women are more husband dependent and are now losing their husbands. So the white women are in that position. The black women are fine. The black women are standing on their own.
You are right.
Well, did we see? I saw this. I can't remember on who, but Garcelle posted in her stories after the reunion filmed not all skin folk are kinfolk.
And people think that was to Anne Marie.
I think it was to
Missy, stop. It's not for wait, like Chris said, it's not for us.
Yeah, because I saw.
Explain to me why. Because
because at the dinner, because at Jennifer's dinner, there was Jennifer's friend Anne Marie, and so Garcelle was like, "Oh God, not this bitch again." That's why.
Okay. Well,
why.
Well, we'll see, huh?
Because I was hoping. I said, "Oh, please don't let them fall out. We don't need this."
We really don't. We really don't.
No. And Anne Marie has popped up like a little wart with her going.
Yeah, I didn't like her.
She's suing the Anesthesiologists Association.
And they don't give a damn.
No.
You know, she got bigger things to worry about. Like, you got a whole goddamn association suing you. Come on. But yeah, I hope they don't fall out. I really hope. Okay, I have a question for y'all. I know Sutton is changing her store to online only, and she's into this sustainability and green stuff. I just wanted to see more since she's doing sustainability and recycling. I'm like, you probably could have bought some of Dorit's old clothes. That was not fashioning. Sustainability and the green. I was like, okay.
Did the after show annihilated her on this circular fashion where it's basically like buying clothes that were like couldn't even be sold at like an auction or like a flash sale. Like, I mean, they're basically making it look like Sutton is buying. I mean, there's probably more sophistication and nuance to it that I don't know, but like, I mean, what y'all think of the fashions walking down the runway?
Yeah, that was Goodwill. It was nothing special. One of the Laurens, oh God, I think it's one of Ralph. I don't know if it's Ralph Lauren's son. One of them is taking actual old clothes and remaking it into one of a kind items, and it's really fly. It's like really
sharp.
But
I mean, tell me the clothes are made out of recycled materials. I mean, that would justify why they're so ugly. And when Garcelle said there's a pool boy look, I was like, this is a fashion show? What is, so yeah.
If you're going to do that, you really got to show something unique.
Yeah.
And make someone want to wear it.
Yeah, that was giving me Goodwill. That was, that wasn't giving me. And I mean, even when you look on her site, I mean, she's pivoted, and I'm not mad at her. Make that money. It's more shorts, t-shirts, sweatsuits. But what was on her site is better than what was in the fashion show. But I'm still sitting up here going, and GNA still has nothing.
Oh my God!
When have we ever had a fashion show on The Real Housewives? When have we ever had anyone on Real Housewives with anything that we wanted to wear except for Rob's satin-lined caps?
Well, how a fashion line without fashion? How dreadful!
I mean, Real Housewives of Atlanta. They were the first. What?
Is Robin's caps? Does she still have that business?
You don't hear about it anymore.
I don't hear about it.
Why didn't she combine her business with GNA and GNA hats and leggings and ugly house apparel?
Because 2 zeros make a 0.
Yeah.
Why put in that 2 zeros make a 0?
I was gonna say because GNA is in the business.
Yeah,
I forgot. It's a health in Journey Fitness.
Yeah, whatever. Robin ain't gonna do nothing with Giselle except for that darn podcast that they started together, because Giselle has already proven that she will sabotage any business of Robin. Remember, she called the hats a shitty name. She shitted on her real estate flip.
Sure did.
Robin ain't gonna do nothing with Giselle when Robin starts a business. Now they do, the podcast, that was them together. But see, Giselle has already shown that she will shit on your stuff.
She wouldn't even use Rob to help her decorate her house since Rob could have done a better job.
Well, we know Giselle is miserable. And like I said, I think her day is coming too, because Miss Stacy, I want her to come back and we're gonna see the real Stacy.
I do too. I like Stacy. I liked her for the show because she did make a lot of them come to the table with how she approached situations. She was so honest a lot of times at things when she came at them that it made them like, oh wait, let me find some dirt on her right fast. Especially with Giselle. She couldn't wait to have some dirt on Stacy.
Like I said, I have this weird feeling that next season it's gonna be Giselle's, because it takes a while. I think she about to be the target because HR done told her to be nice and she can't do it. So I have this weird feeling they're gonna target her.
Well, I think that this is a great place to put a pin in it. This has been a fabulous hour. I think we covered what we've gone through up into the season, all of the women who's been giving, who hasn't been giving. And I guess I feel that this has been thorough. Well, thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see y'all soon. So